Hey guys, welcome to a gloomy day by the creek. Running pretty strong today, a little murky and silty from all the runoff from the snow and ice melting and the rain we had. I wanted to talk a little about the Epstein thing and effects that's going to have on our everyday lives. And a few things that have struck me is, first off, we're going to be back to the old McMartin preschool days. For any of you people who remember the late 70s, early 80s, where anybody who wanted to be dramatic would start making crazy claims about devil worshipping cults and being raped by devil worshipping cults and whatever. And I'm not saying it never happened, but most of it was just such a bunch of bunk. And I personally have known a couple of people that basically used that as a crutch to get attention and sympathy and stuff, where it didn't make any sense at all. Stupid things. And that McMartin preschool thing, that was just ridiculous. When the videos came out, the shrink was basically planting all that stuff in those kids' heads, But anyway, that's going to be back. And men are going to be vulnerable again. We're going to be back to the days of the accuser has the right to be believed, and men are guilty until proven innocent. And you need to be aware of that. So now is a good time to start being vigilant once again and stop and consider, have you kind of slipped in any way regarding that stuff? Protect yourself at all times, as the ref says in a boxing match, because life is a boxing match. Another effect that's going on, that's going to hit all of us to some degree, it's a subtle effect, it's a psychological effect. Because we sit and watch this happen and we can't do anything about it. And that's actually a technique that abusers use to control you and to control everybody. And the cure for it is to be aware. Ever wonder why, you'll see some dictator tell his people the stupidest, most ridiculous thing that anybody can see is not true? And I always wondered why would they tell such obvious lies? And there's a reason for it. It's the equivalent of, in the schoolyard, the bully saying, yeah, what you going to do about it? It's on purpose. Because you realize you can't do anything about it the first time it happens. And then a little switch gets flipped in your head, and you get a feeling of powerlessness. So you would think on the surface that this Epstein thing is going to make abusers and the political system and everything weaker and less able to get away with abusing people, but the opposite is true. It's going to make it more able, because people see, oh, these people got away with this and there was nothing we could do or whatever. And then when some powerful person or some politician or something starts gaslighting them or abusing them, their brain is going to go, oh, we better not say anything. We better not try to do anything because we're powerless. And that affects everybody. That affects even those of us who think we aren't. Watch out for these little psychological ploys. So, are you powerless in the Epstein thing? Are you powerless on the national and the international level? If you're watching my video, probably yes. But there's still a lot of ways you are not powerless. And this is a good time to reflect and pull back to home, to family, to your tribes, whatever your tribes are, your church, your friends online, your prepper group, your neighbors, whatever it is, your rugby club, I don't know. It's a good time to reflect on that and pull back to your tribes where you matter. And it's a good time to reflect on, do I really have tribes? And if not, I need to get some. I need to get some networking done. Which brings up my final point. Look at the incredible power that these people wielded, like Epstein and those around him, simply by networking. And the way that works is this person introduces you, this person gets to know that person. And then some other person comes along and they need something and they go, oh, here, let me connect you with that person. And as soon as they do that, you go, wow, this guy's amazing. And they build that up. And you get somebody like Epstein where he literally knows every fricking buddy who's anybody. And just the fact that he knows all these people makes him powerful. And all these people want to do little favors for people he sends to them or for him because he's so connected. He's special. He's whatever. That works on a smaller, simpler, local scale too. There is strength in numbers. There is strength in tribe. There is safety in numbers. There is safety in tribe. There's an awful lot you can influence, even in government at your local level, which is where 9 times out of 10 it really affects you. If you know the sheriff, or you know a cop even, that can be very important. That fellow could be very helpful. That could get you out of a ticket. You know? If you know local politicians, now be careful. You can't just trust some guy just because you helped him out. I helped out a mayor one time a lot. I helped him with a bunch of things, and I kind of put myself out there too, letters to the editor and that kind of stuff. I stood up for him when he was in trouble. And I thought, well, I've got a friend here, because he was all friends to my face or whatever, but he was also a bit of a control freak. And right as he's leaving the mayor's office, I ended up with, because of something I said he misunderstood, I ended up with building inspectors out going over my building with a fine-tooth comb. Had nothing to do with him, of course. Oh, no. But they just happened to somehow decide I built a building without permits and stuff, which I didn't. I had put in an electrical outlet without a permit, and they never found it. But, so it doesn't mean you can trust these guys. Of course, part of my problem there was he didn't see really me as actually valuable. He didn't see me as part of his network. I was just some outside guy who helped him out, you know. So stay alert with that. But hook up with like-minded people. Get tribe. Be together. This is a dangerous world. It will eat you up in a minute. So build some strength. Anyway, I'm out.